In the world of adult animation, Seth MacFarlane has given us two of the most memorable and most chaotic daughters on television. Both come from deeply dysfunctional families, but they represent two totally different flavors of suburban madness. On one side, you've got Meg Griffin, the eternal punching bag of the family, pushed to the absolute brink by a lifetime of torment. On the other, you have Hayley Smith, a fiery activist whose passion often boils over into straight-up fanaticism. So, who's the more mentally unstable of the two? Today, we're pitting these infamous daughters against each other, examining their wildest breakdowns, darkest impulses, and most destructive acts to crown the true queen of crazy. This isn't about who's better. It's about who's genuinely, spectacularly unhinged. In this corner, we've got Megatron Griffin, the forgotten child of the Griffin clan and a living masterclass in suffering. She's the family punching bag, absorbing years of emotional and physical abuse that have carved deep scars. What's left is a mix of insecurity and a desperate hunger for even the smallest bit of acceptance. And in the other corner, we have Hayley Dream Smasher Smith, the lone liberal in a hardcore conservative household. She's passionate, stubborn, and often the only voice of reason in the chaos. But don't be fooled by her ideals. When that righteous fury ignites, it can spiral into chaos, destruction, and zero concern for collateral damage. The stage is set. Let the psychological showdown begin. Round 1. The nature of their breakdowns. First up, let's look at not just that they break down, but why. The motivation behind the madness is crucial to understanding who's really more fractured. Let's start with Meg. Meg's meltdowns are almost always a direct result of the non-stop psychological torture she endures. They're the tragic and sometimes terrifying consequences of being completely and utterly alone. This isn't just about feeling left out. It's a deep-seated neurosis born from a lifetime of being told she's worthless. We see this in her obsessive and psychotic romantic fixations. When Brian showed her a little kindness by taking her to a school dance, she didn't just get a crush, she became a full-blown stalker. She kidnapped him, force-fed him a pie made with her own hair, and tried to trap him in her own twisted romantic fantasy. Her breakdowns are internal, exploding in self-destruction and delusion. In a disturbingly candid moment, she told her mom, "I don't need to solve my problems, I cut myself." This isn't rebellion. It's a symptom of profound psychological damage, a desperate cry for connection from a girl who's been systematically broken by her environment. Now let's look at Hayley. Hayley's breakdowns are almost all external and ideological. Her rage is aimed at systems she sees as unjust. Her dad's militant conservatism, corporate greed, or just general apathy. When Stan and Francine get a generic dismissive letter from a corporate owner, Hayley's immediate suggestion is, "Let's smash their corporate offices. My friend Nerf's got an armor-plated bulldozer." There's no deep-seated trauma there. It's pure, unfiltered activist rage. Her meltdowns are about control and frustration with the world. She's joined cults, summoned demons, dabbled in eco-terrorism when she joined an activism group that tries to blow up Langley Mall, she has repeatedly shot her father Stan, and has shown she's more than willing to endanger her own family for a cause she believes in. These actions, while extreme, are usually rooted in a coherent, if fanatical, worldview. She's fighting against something. For our mini verdict, this round has to go to Meg. Hayley's breakdowns are often a choice, a radical, sometimes violent expression of her beliefs. Meg's breakdowns aren't a choice. They are the uncontrollable, self-destructive implosions of a psyche that's been shattered by years of abuse. Her instability is foundational, making her the clear winner of this round. Meg 1, Hayley 0. Round 2. Evidence of sociopathy. Alright, let's move from internal turmoil to external harm. Who shows a greater disregard for the well-being of others? In this round, we're looking for moments of pure malice and a chilling lack of empathy. Let's start with Hayley this time. Her ends justify the means philosophy frequently pushes her into sociopathic territory. She's more than willing to manipulate, harm, and endanger others to hit her political goals, or just because it's convenient. She slams Stan for using illegal immigrants for cheap labor, then starts dating one of them. As soon as he dumps her, she calls INS to get him and his family deported. After another breakup, Hayley goes wild and burns down a forest. Her commitment to a cause can completely override her empathy, making her a danger to anyone who stands in her way. But then there's Meg. While Hayley's malice often serves a misguided greater good, Meg's can be terrifyingly personal and cruel. The episode Dial Meg for Murder is a perfect example. After a short stint in prison, she comes back not as a victim, but as a hardened, assertive, and genuinely terrifying person. She's not just sad anymore, she's mean. She beats up Peter, shattering his teeth, and proceeds to terrorize her family, earning a new, terrifying respect from them that's born entirely out of fear. Her sociopathic side really comes out when she gets a little bit of power. When Peter becomes principal, Meg uses him as her personal weapon, telling him to humiliate students for the smallest insult. Even more disturbing is her attempt to drug her own brother Chris so that her gay crush Kent could sleep with him. This shows a horrifying willingness to violate the safety and trust of her own family for a whim. It's a profound moral failure that goes way beyond simple anger. For the mini verdict, this one is tough. Hayley's actions, like burning down a forest, can be more broadly destructive. However, Meg's cruelty is way more intimate and personal. Plotting to drug your own brother for your own gain reveals a level of moral corruption that is truly chilling. While Hayley attacks her enemies, Meg will turn on her own family in the most depraved ways. For that reason, round 2 goes to Meg. Meg 2, Hayley 0. Before we get to the final round and the verdict, who do you think is crazier so far? Is it Meg's trauma-fueled psychosis or Hayley's fanatical crusades? Let us know in the comments, and while you're there, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next animated showdown. Round 3. The Unhinged Factor. Extreme Actions. For our final round, we're looking at their single most extreme or bafflingly insane actions. What's the one moment that cements their status as truly unhinged? Hayley Smith has a long resume of radical behavior, but her most unhinged moment might be the reveal that she's a sleeper agent. In the episode The Full Cognitive Redaction of Avery Bullock by the coward Stan Smith, we learned Stan had her programmed with a trigger phrase that turns her into a highly efficient, remorseless killing machine. While this was done to her without her consent, the fact that this cold, calculated persona exists within her adds a terrifying layer to her character. We see her ruthlessly hunt Stan, showing off combat skills and a killer instinct that's a world away from her hippie ideals. This isn't just a moment of rage. It's a peek at a completely different and far more dangerous person living inside her. However, Meg Griffin's most extreme moments are entirely her own. While her prison transformation was shocking, her quiet descent toward a fascination with violence is arguably more disturbing. The constant abuse and neglect seem to have nurtured a genuine dark impulse. After a prison stint, her personality shifts to one that is colder and more detached. The show leans into this with dark throwaway jokes that hint at a horrifying new hobby, like Peter's offhand remark that Meg now spends her time in the attic in some truly unsettling ways. While played for laughs, the implication is staggering. The abuse didn't just break her, it may have reassembled her into something monstrous. For our final mini-verdict, Hayley's sleeper agent status is a wild card, but it was forced on her. Meg's dark journey, on the other hand, is self-directed. The chilling comments and the casual cruelty she develops point to a psyche that is not just broken, but is flirting with true evil. The unhinged factor is off the charts. This round, and the entire psychological showdown, belongs to Meg. After 3 rounds, the results are in. We've measured their breakdowns, cruelty, and extremes. Hayley Smith may be chaotic and destructive, but her madness serves a purpose. She's a zealot with a twisted kind of logic behind it all. But there can only be one Queen of Crazy. Based on our analysis, the title of More Unhinged goes decisively to Meg Griffin. Meg's instability isn't a weapon. It's who she is. Her cruelty is personal, her breakdown self-destructive, and her grip on morality nearly gone. The abuse didn't harden her. It broke her. From self-harm to psychotic obsession, Meg isn't rebelling like Hayley. She's imploding. Do you agree with our verdict? Who should we pit against each other next? Let us know, and we'll see you in the next analysis.